Hello everyone, this is my 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe with a 2.4 liter engine, 4-cylinder. Um, the other day I was driving towards a job interview, which was about 20 miles from where I live, and the oil pressure light turned on. I was a bit worried when I saw that. I wasn't sure, perhaps maybe my oil pump is failing now, because this is the Santa Fe has 230,000 miles on it now. So I guess it's probably time for a oil pump change. But I notice every time I step on the gas and bring the RPM past 3,000 to maybe around 3,500, the light would turn off. So I kind of had a suspicion that it might be the sensor and not the oil pump. But in any case, if you think if it is the oil pump, change the sensor anyway. It's far more cheaper to change the sensor, and easier too, than the changing the oil pump. And anyway, so I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna change the sensor on it, and I went to AutoZone, and this is what I bought right here, these two. Now at AutoZone they weren't sure which one to give me, because in their system two of them came out. This one is a oil pressure sensor with no light, and this one with the light. So the lady said I should buy them both and then see which one works. But I'm not going to do that, because I started thinking to myself, once I put it in my car, and if it's not the right one, I can't return it anymore. So I'm not going to use these. Instead, I went to O'Reilly and bought this one, Import Direct. This one's kind of costly. It's $20. This one is $6 without the light, and then with the light is $7. But I would rather go with a more expensive one, so this way I have a little bit more peace of mind, and this looks like it's good quality too. And anyway, this is what I'm going to be changing. You could see it has a single connector to it, so it doesn't look that hard. All right. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when changing a sensor, just to be safe, is to disconnect the negative battery. All right. You don't really have to, but for me, I would do it. I would recommend you do it, just to be safe, that you don't short circuit anything. Okay, so the oil pressure sensor is located, so here's the passenger side, and it's going to be located down here. Get underneath the car. Let me turn on this flashlight. Sorry, that's kind of dark here. Okay. Get underneath. Okay. Alrighty. Hang on, let me pause for a moment. Sorry, I had to pause there for a moment because it's poor lighting. I'm trying to see if I can get a better lighting. But anyway, it's right there. Right there. There you go. Let's see if I can adjust this lighting there. And right there. So here's the axle, and you'll find it between the axle. And if you look closely at it, I mean, wow, you can see it's already leaking oil. So let me see if I can. Again, I apologize for the poor lighting. I'll have to find a way to shed a light on it better. But look at this. That's oil right there. Wow. Okay. So let me see if I can disconnect this wire here that's connected to it. Oh wow. Yeah, let me see if I can move my hand. Ah, you can see it's very soaked in oil. Okay, so I guess I'm right on my suspicion that it is the sensor. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use a simple tool, which is an adjustable wrench. This one right here, and I'm just gonna loosen it up, and then I'm gonna loosen the rest of it with my finger. So I'm going to pause for a little bit because I'm going to need both of my hands, and I need to put my cell phone down. Again, I apologize. Okay, so I was able to loosen it up with the adjustable wrench. So now I can use my hand and just loosen it up all the way. It's my first time doing this, so I'm not sure if it's going to leak oil. If it does, I have my basin ready here. So yeah, it's pretty easy to loosen it up and to have access to it. So it should be no problem. So, all right. Okay, it did leak a little bit of oil. So again, I was able to pull this out with my hand. Just a minor leak, not too bad. So now I'm going to be installing the new one. Oh, okay. Well, I ended up using a deep socket instead of the adjustable wrench. It was a lot easier. If you guys have a 24 milliliter deep socket, it's easier to remove it and easier to install it. All right, but in any case, it was very easy to remove it, but in installing it was so kind of like the opposite. Anyway, the single connector. Again, I cleaned around this because it was soaked in oil. So it's good. So I'm going to connect this back. Okay, I think I got it on. Okay. Looks good. And now connect the battery back. A negative battery, I should say. Okay, so here's the old sensor. You can see it looks pretty bad. So this is an original sensor that came with this SUV. It's wet around here. So it's yeah, and you can see it's right here in this crevices right here. It's leaking oil. So the sensor is definitely bad. All right, so the only thing left for me to do is just to test drive this car, and if that oil pressure light or switch comes on again, I'll make another video. If not, then it's good. So this is what fails. And again, like I said, if you see your oil pressure switch or light come on, and then your RPM once you bring it up to 3,000 and over, and the light turns off, more likely you have a bad sensor. If it turns on and the light doesn't go off, even when you hit that 3,000 RPM. Good chance that it might be the oil pump. And make sure you don't drive your car with that light on, because you can really do some damage to your engine. So pull over, stop the car, and then just have it towed. All right. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this video will help you. All right. God bless you all. All right. Bye-bye.